All right. So I have distributed the course syllabus and the group assignment in my test classroom. So I hope that you can check on the two documents and start working on the assignments. And be note that please note that the deadline for submitting the assignment is on week 5. Yeah. So I hope that uh, in week 5 you already submitted the assignments and we're going uh, to to listen to your assignments. And in the group assignments, there are two parts. So the first part is about much more on theoretical things. Yeah. So it is the basic knowledge of the topic that have been chosen for you. So you need to discuss in in a, in a in a theoretical way, yeah, or focus more on the basic information or the basic knowledge on that. And the second part will focus on case study, where you are going to do some survey, yeah, some survey, trying to look at the phenomena that is happening in our society and try to look for some solution to tackle down those issues. And I believe that you can do an online survey, or you can do an in-depth interview with some respondents, yeah, and then try to figure out how to solve the common issue that we have in our society. Yeah. So do you have any questions for the group assignments? Please, if you have any questions or any notes on the assignments, please you don't hesitate to message me on the WhatsApp group, and I'll be ready to answer any question that you have. Okay, so let us start our class. So today we are going to learn uh, about the Islam, yeah, about the Islam religion and the scope of its teaching. So yeah, it is a very simple, basic knowledge that every Muslim should understand. So when we speak about Islam as a religion, actually Islam in its etymology, yeah, and its definitions, Islam is the words that come from the word aslama. So Islam comes the word aslama. Aslama means surrender, obey. Okay. The word Islam also come from the root word of asalmu. Okay. Asalmu means peace, harmony. You know, when we say assalamu alaikum, it's mean peace be upon you, right? So Islam is also comes from the word of asalmu. And then we have salamun. Salamun. So Islam is also, yeah, came from the word salamun. Salamun means happy. Salamun means prosperous. Yeah. It can also be understood as peace. Yeah. Salam means peace also. And then the fourth words, the root words of Islam is the salimun. Salim. Salim means clean, pure. Yeah. So this is the roots of the words that Islam is derived from. Yeah. So Islam came from the word aslama. It also came from the word asalmu, salamun. Yeah. Happy, prosperous, and also salim. Salim means clean, pure. Yeah. Clean, pure. Yeah. Salim. And if we look at the terminology of the of Islam, yeah, looking at its formal definition, actually, Islam is a religion revealed by God. So it is a religion that comes from God. You know, there are some beliefs which come from human, yeah, and they strongly believe that the human is the God. So Islam is not that kind of belief. Islam is a religion. It is coming from the God, yeah, which is delivered to mankind through his messenger. So we know that we have a lot of messenger, Nabiyan wa Rasula. We have a lot of Nabi, we have a lot of Rasul. Okay. And the Rasul that is believed sent for our ummah, for our society, for our people is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it is a religion coming from the God, revealed by the God, revealed by Allah to the mankind that is coming through his messenger. In this case, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what are the component of this religion? So it contains law, yeah, that regulate the relationship between man and God. Yeah. So this is what we call ibadah. Ibadah means rules, regulations, law, which manage the relationship between mankind to God. Ibadah. And then the relationship between man and man, which call muamalah. So muamalah is a rules, is a guidance which manage the relationship between mankind, between me and you, between us. Okay? And also the relationship between man and the universe. This is the third kind of relationship which Islam manage. Okay? So it is a religion which focus on law, which focus on norms, which focus on regulations, yeah, for maintaining the relationship between human to God, ibadah, human to human, muamalah, and the third one is human and the other universe. It is also considered as muamalah in this case. Okay, so this is the formal definition of Islam according to Muhammad al-Masdusi. Okay, from here, do you have any questions before we move further? All right, so let me continue. So this is the methods that we need to respect when learning about Islam. Okay, first one, Islam should be studied from the original sources. Yeah, we will learn about what are the original sources. Actually, it is three sources, very strong sources. First one is the Quran. Yeah. The second one is a Sunnah. Sunnah is what come from the Prophet, from its saying, from its deeds, uh, from its doings, from its acceptance, from so the things that come from the Prophet Muhammad, which we call this Sunnah. Okay, and the third original source that we have is ijma. Ijma means the consensus of ulama, the consensus of Islamic scholars. So what agreed upon things, what agreed by our ulama is called ijma. Okay, so when we learn Islam, we should look at the original sources, the authentic sources. We have Quran. This is the main source, the strongest source. And then we have Sunnah. Sunnah is what comes from the Prophet. Yeah. And in Sunnah, or when we learn about Hadith, actually we have different level of Hadith. We have Sahih, we have Hasan, we have Maudu, we have Da'if. Yeah, Da'if and Maudu. So Sahih is the most authentic Hadith. And then comes Hasan. Yeah. And then comes Da'if. Da'if means weak. So the narration of that hadith is weekly evidences, and then come the the lowest level of hadith is maudu. Maudu means light. It is not true. It is a false hadith. Yeah. Okay, and then the second method to learn Islam is that we should study in a holistic way, not partially. Yeah, this is true if we look at the phenomena that we have in our society today, where people learn Islam in a partial way. They don't learn it in a holistic or in integral way. And well, this is also uh, becoming a problem today, because when you learn Islam in a partial way, you cannot grasp the common or the whole knowledge that you should understand. So it is obliged for us to learn Islam in a holistic way, not in a partially way. Okay. And then the third method is that we should study Islam from the Islamic literature. Yeah. You know, there is a very funny phenomena that we have in our society, where people, they learn Islam from a Google. And the problem when you learn Islam from Google is that there is no one to validate the information that we have. It's different when you have, for example, learning from the Islamic literature, especially the books that were written that were written by our great Islamic scholars. They have been read by a lot of people, and many have validated the facts and the informations contained in those books. So when we learn Islam, we should learn from the Islamic literature, especially for those literature that was written by our Islamic great scholars and are validated, yeah, by many. And the fourth one is that we cannot study Islam from the reality of its ummah, because what happened is that many of us have not studied Islam and implement Islam in a holistic way. Look at what happened, for example, in our surrounding community. We have an issue of waste, an issue of, for example, an issue of uh, pollution, an issue of criminality, especially, you know, what's happening in our society today with the political tension that we have, uh, with the uh, with the uh, with the violences that we see in media and etc. This is not the teaching of Islam. Even though that we are the biggest Muslim country, we cannot see Islam as what happened in our ummah. We should see Islam from its teaching, from its regulation, from its norms and value, from its law. Islam is norms, is regulation, law, not the implementation of its own. If you want to see the greatest or the ideal implementation of Islam, we need to see the life of our Prophet and his companions. Because during that day, the implementation of Islam is most ideal way. Yeah. So we cannot see Islam from the reality of our ummah, but rather we should see Islam from the perspective of norms and value and regulation and etc. Yeah. And if we want to learn Islam, we should also enter into the life of Sufism. Sufism means tazkiyatun nafs, purifying the hearts that we have. It is a method which we clean our heart, which clean our soul, and we focus on being a better human. Okay, so when we learn Islam, we should also consider learning Sufism. Sufism means tazkiyatun nafs. It is a method to clear, method to clear. It is a method to clear our soul, to purify our soul, and uh, when we want to learn Islam in its essence, we should enter into the life of Sufism. Okay, so what is the characteristic of Islam? Well, Islam is Rabbaniyah. So meaning that Islam manage the relationship to God. So the characteristics of Islam is it is Rabbaniyah. It manage our relationship to Allah. It is Insaniyah. It also manage our relationship to human, to the other human beings. It is Shumuliyah. So it contains the universal teaching of everything that we have to know. It is universal. So Islam is universal. It contains the basic knowledge of everything that we need to know. And Islam also wasatiyah. Wasatiyah means moderate. So we don't go far away to the right wing or to the left wing. We are in the moderate, in the middle. So we don't focus all of our life to only akhirah, but we also focus on dunya. We don't focus our life to relationship to God, but we also see our relationship to human and the universal and the entire universe. We don't focus all the things for the dunya life, but we also should focus on akhirah, our ibadah, our relationship to the God. So these are the characteristics of Islam. Yeah. So it manage our relationship to God, to human. It is a universal religion, and it is moderate. So meaning what does it mean moderate? Moderate means that we are not going far away to the right wing or to the left wing. We should be moderate, meaning that even though that we are doing our work in the dunya, we should also focus for our akhir. Okay. So why choosing Islam as the religion? This is a very interesting question. So if we look at the manuscript, the scripts that we have from Al-Quran and As-Sunnah, we can we can see that Islam is the true religion. There are many verses in Al-Quran which prove that Islam is the true religion. It is not based on a false assumptions or based on the false knowledge, but it is based on the true facts and miracles. Yeah. For example, there are many verses which, for example, we say that, for example, the theory of Big Bang, for example, it is stated in Al-Quran. It is also stated that, for example, the earth goes surrounding the sun. Before, there was a belief that the earth was the center of the universe, and every object that are in the universe, they go surrounding the earth. But later on, we found out that the earth is not the center of the universe. The sun is the center of our solar system. Okay, so this is the facts that we have in our Al-Quran, in the verses of Al-Quran. And from these verses, we can know that Islam is the only true religion. Okay. Next, Islam is the religion of Tawheed, meaning that it connects us to the one God. We are different from the Christian, for example, where they believe the principle of Trinity. So they have three gods, yeah, the Father, the Son, and the holy soul or the holy angel. Yeah. But Islam, we don't have this concept of Trinity. We are monotheism. We are believing in only one God. Okay, so this is the religion of Tawheed, where we believe only in one God. Islam is the religion of fitrah. Fitrah means pure. We see that our teaching, they support us to go for the fitrah, to the essence of human life. For example, human needs God. Islam teach that we have one God that we should believe. Yeah, the nature. Islam is supporting the nature. Fitrah means nature. Yeah, so what our nature needs, Islam manage that. Islam have some norms and belief on that. Islam is the only religion that is pleased by Allah. Yeah, if we believe in, for example, Christianity, this is not the religion that is accepted by Allah. If we go for the belief that is other than believing in one God, in Tawheed, it is also not acceptable by Allah. So Islam is the only religion accepted by Allah. Yeah, and Islam also is the religion of mercy. Yeah, we we see a lot of verses, yeah, which support the idea that Islam is the religion of mercy. Yeah. So later on we learn that Islam is the religion of mercy, and the things that regulate us, the norms, the value, the laws that come for our mercy because the love of Allah. And I will explain you later on. Okay. So this is the scope of Islamic teaching. So the first one is that we have Aqidah. Aqidah means belief. The second one is that we have Sharia. Sharia is laws, norms, and value. Yeah. And the third one is about ihsan, akhlaq. This is the moral, the deeds, the behavior. So in Islam, the primary focus of its teaching is focusing on three things: the Aqidah. Yeah, Aqidah is the belief, and then we have the Sharia. Sharia means the law, the norms, the value. And the third one is akhlaq. Akhlaq is focusing much more on the moral, on the deeds, and the behavior of Muslim. So when we can integrate these three aspects of Aqidah, Sharia, and Akhlaq, then we have a complete Muslim, which in Arabic we call this Muslim Kafa. Yeah, Islam Kafa. So Islam Kafa means that when we can integrate the three aspects, Aqidah, Sharia, and Akhlaq, we become a complete Muslim. All right. So this is kind of the model which shows you the relationship between Aqidah, Sharia, and Akhlaq. Yeah. So when we have an Aqidah, when we believe in God, yeah, this will lead us to conduct Sharia. This will lead us to have Akhlaq. Yeah. So Aqidah, our belief to God, is the source of Sharia, the source of norms, the source of value, the source of regulations and rules. And this Sharia also the source of akhlaq. It results to akhlaq. So when we implement Sharia in the correct way, we are a good Muslim, or we can have an akhlaq. Yeah. So the main sources of Sharia and akhlaq is our belief to Allah. So if we believe in Allah, we have an aqidah, yeah, it will be easy for us to implement Sharia. It will be easy for us to implement rules, regulation, and norms, and it will lead us to having a good morals on our deeds. All right, now we speak about the basic or the primary sources of Islamic law. So the primary sources are Al-Quran and Al-Hadith, As-Sunnah, and the supporting sources is ijtihad. Ijtihad means the consensus of our Islamic scholars. It is the things that was accepted by our scholars. Yeah. So the things, the norms, the regulations that are not coming from these primary and supporting sources are not formally accepted in Islam. Okay. So these are the primary and the supporting source. Actually, we have many more. We have many more supporting sources. For example, we have Qiyas. Yeah. Qiyas is analyzing some law that and trying to see. Yeah. Qiyas mean, if we have a phenomenon that's happening, a problem that's happening in our life, we then look at the similar cases in Islam. This is qiyas. And for example, drinking alcohol or beer was not, it did not exist yet in the time of the Prophet. But we have several hadiths which say that anything that makes you lost your mentality or you lost your mind, it considered to be haram. So because the drinking beer will make you lose your mind and lose your awareness. And in Islam, we have a rule that anything that make you lose your awareness and mind should be prohibited. Then we have a qiyas here. Qiyas mean that trying to take a good example of what happened before to make a judgment. Yeah, we have also qiyas. We have also, for example, maslahatil mursala. Yeah, and then we have also, for example, we have also amal ahlul Madinah. Amal ahlul Madinah. We have also ashar uman qablana. Yeah, but we don't focus on this qiyas ijma. We don't focus on qiyas, we don't focus on syar'u man qablana, we don't focus on maslahatil mursala. But at our current time, we will focus on Al-Quran and Hadith as the primary source and ijtihad as the supporting source. Yeah. So so these are the things, the three things that we will focus. All right. So what the goal of the Sharia law is, there is a basic rules which say that dar'ul mafasid muqaddimun ala jalbil masalih. So avoiding harm should be prioritized than attracting benefits. So this is one goal of the Sharia, means that we have to prevent harms and rather than prioritizing more on the benefits. So before we go for the benefit, we should remove all harms that may give us some troubles. Yeah. So one of the goal of Sharia is, this is the general law, and of course there are many general laws. For example, hukmul hakim yarfa'ul khilaf. For example, yeah, many more. Yeah, many more general law. But if you can remember that one of the way, one of the objective of Islamic rule is that trying to avoid harms rather than prioritizing the benefits. Okay, and then we have the specific goals of the Maqasidul Al-Khamsah. And I have uploaded a video. If you look at your my ITS classroom, then I believe that you will find a video of me explaining the basic idea of Maqasidul Al-Khamsah, Maqasidul Al-Sharia. So I want you to watch the video and then take notes from that video and then try to do the individual assignments that I have posted in my ITS classroom. So this is, I'm sorry, it is in Bahasa Indonesia, but you can, if you want to look at in English, then you have to turn on the subtitles. Yeah. So please watch the video and try to do the individual assignment that we have here. So in this video, I discuss about the basic 5 Islamic objectives. Yeah, the basic 5 Islamic objective of Sharia objective. So please watch the video and try to do the individual assignments that we have. Okay, I think that's for today. Yeah, do you have any questions, guys, before we wrap up the class? Once again, I am sorry that I cannot start early today because I was in the middle of the meeting with my top managers. So we have to be late, and please watch the video and do the individual assignment. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask.
Sir, I wanted to ask about the methods of learning Islam.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the methods in learning Islam, there's written that do not study Islam from the reality of its ummah. I mean, is it experience of ummah completely irrelevant in learning Islam, or can it still serve as a complement?
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
I think it should serve as a complement, yeah, Mas Arya, yeah, Mas Arya Kusuma, yeah. Because
Yes,
what
sir.
happened is that our ummah, they do not implement Islam in a holistic way. Yeah. For example, Islam prohibit us to throw garbage on the street, while a lot of us still throw garbage on the street. Islam forbid us to, for example, do corruptions. While we see on the news today, there are so many corruption, corruption conducted by Muslims. Islam, for example, teach us not to bad mouthing of others. We see that our brother and sister still bad mouthing others. So we cannot learn Islam from his ummah because sometimes we find that the ummah is not implementing the Islamic teaching in the right way, in the holistic way. So in this case, we should consider Islam as the rules, the norms, the value, rather than looking at the behavior of his ummah. Because, the ummah, we have good and bad people, we have good and bad deeds. Sometimes we do good, sometimes we do maksiat and things like that. So I think that it is it is it is fair not to look at Islam at the behavior of his ummah, rather than we should look Islam at his teaching. Yeah, at his teaching. We can learn Islam from his ummah, but it should be treated as a complementary materials, such as what Mas Arya has said. Yeah. So we cannot consider the behavior of his ummah, but rather than we should focus on the teaching, the value. Or if we want to look at the implementation, we should only look at the implementation of Rasul and his companion. Yeah. Today the ummah is sick. Yeah. They do not implement Islam in a very ideal way. So I think that we should take a consider on that. Okay, hope that answer your question, Mas Arya. All right, is there any question?
That's completely answering my questions. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Do we have any more question?
Sir, I want to ask about the presentation.
Yes.
Some some of us cannot open the ITAS website. Is there any other way to
Okay. Who is having a trouble on entering the MyTS website? Okay, okay, let me call out the names, yeah.
okay.
Clarissa, are you here, Clarissa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Alivia? Alivia? Alivia not here. Arya is here. Yeah. Rafael. Rafa.
Present.
Okay. Rafael is here.
Oh, sorry,
Anin.
sir.
Oh, Alivia. Okay, Alivia. Okay. Anindia. Anindia, are you here, Anindia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Askia.
Present, sir.
Askia, okay. Bella. Bella Angeline.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay. Safa. Safa Nadira.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Satria Pinandita. Satria, are you here? Okay. Alexander Alan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Evan
Yes,
Danendra.
sir.
Okay, Mas Evan, thank you. Muhammad Apiansyah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Nasita. Rifki Alfa. Rifki. Devika Rahman.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Daivia.
Present, sir.
Okay. Ahmad Faiz. Ahmad Faiz not
Yes,
here.
sir.
Oh, thank you, Mas. Okay, Hafizal.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Arfiandra, are you here? Raza.
Present, sir.
Okay, thank you, Raza. Uh, Banafsaj. Safa. Banafsaj Safa. Okay. Sifa Mauludina. Estianing
Yes,
Tias.
sir.
Okay. Akbar Putra.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mas. Trisna.
Here. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Javier.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pandu.
Yes,
Pandu
sir.
Pian. Okay, thank you. Who who whose name uh did not called by me? Didn't I mention someone? Nasito just recently joined. Nasito, where's Nasito?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Okay, Rifki. Maria, where is your name, Maria?
Maria Delin in here.
Oh, yeah, you are okay. You are hadir ya, present.
Regarding the net. Okay.
Yes, Maria Adeline Maharani ya. Okay, thank you, Maria. Rifki not here. Arfiandra, Banafsaj, and Rifki Satria. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you again next week. Please start your group assignment, and you can discuss with your group.